Hello my darlings, I hope you're all doing very, very well. I hope you're sitting comfortably, you are cozy, and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at some tattoo drama, some Facebook tattoo drama. I don't know if I've ever covered Facebook tattoo drama before, but here we are. This involves a very unhinged tattoo artist, a tattoo infection, and yeah, it's a lot. You know, I say that about nearly everything that I cover nowadays. It's a lot, but this is a lot. Like, this is all... Get ready for this one. So not too long ago, a wonderful tattoo artist by the name of Justine Lucy, I have definitely mentioned her across my videos here and there, along with being a fantastic tattoo artist. She does content creating. I will leave links to her socials down below. But yes, not too long ago, Justine messaged me on Instagram with an array of screenshots. And she was sending them over to me as and when things were happening. It was a lot. Reading through all of this, oh my lord. So seeing this unfold, it was a moment. So we're going to be concentrating on a tattoo artist by the name of Paul. It says on his Facebook page that he is a father of 4, self-taught tattooer of 17 years, and an entrepreneur. Okay, now the self-taught tattooer is a very big key indication as to how Paul behaves. You'll start to see the unprofessionalism straight away. That's not to say all self-taught tattoo artists are unprofessional, you know, they do their due diligence and learn the right ways to go about things, but this one did not. Okay, so why all of the stuff that happened that I'm about to cover, Paul put up this quote on Facebook that says, I don't know, I like to fuck around and find out sometimes. Well, Paul, you're about to really fuck around and find out. So this all starts off with a tattoo client by the name of Kayla, who posts up a Facebook post talking about her experience with a new tattoo that she had just got. It says, I've debated this post for days. I'd like to preface this by saying that this has been a hell 2 weeks for me. My tattoo from Infinite Ink got infected. I reached out to the artist, who then told me it was my fault, etc. I expressed a concern on how to heal my tattoo. No blame was given. After speaking to many people, including other artists, I reached out to the owner, who tried to gaslight the situation and blame me. Again, not to mention, I was told repeatedly the tattoo wasn't infected. Lies. I was given $100 out of my $400 purchase back. I believe that was only to keep me from going any further with the issue. I went to the urgent care right beside the tattoo shop, where they told me I was the second person to get an infection from Infinite Ink. After hearing that, I have to say something. I cannot be for sure that this infection was their fault, nor will I say that it was. But I will give fair warning to anyone looking for a tattoo. Take this however you please. This post is still not blaming any shop or artist, simply informing my experience with this shop. So there's a lot of claims going on here, you know, it's a lot. Now, if you are having snacks and beverages at this precise moment in time, I will give you a moment to put them down, because we're about to look at an infected tattoo, and that's not very snack friendly unless you have a strong stomach, which is fantastic. Carry on. So we're now going to look at the photos of this infected tattoo. So obviously there is some kind of ointment on here. It's very, very shiny. I don't believe it's oozing that much. Ugh, such a gross word. But it doesn't look pretty, does it? It doesn't look nice. It doesn't look like it's healing very well. It looks very irritated. And yeah, we'll move on. The next picture is gnarly. So this is it. A bit more drier, a bit more cleaner. And again, that does not look very well at all. It just doesn't look... Just so you know, this is not normal, okay? If your tattoos ever look like this, please go to a doctor or consult with your tattoo artist, or do both. Do both. It's best to do both, okay? So I just want to clarify that Paul is not the artist that did this tattoo. Paul is the shop owner for Infinite Ink. So of course, Paul had something to say about this post. I just want to say there is quite a lot of heavy language here. I mean, I swear on my videos all the time, but just letting you know, okay, if you've got little ones, it gets a bit... You know, it's not like a random F-bomb every now and then. It's like abusive language, okay? So Paul says, what a piece of shit you are, LMAO. We told you the fucking truth, not gaslighting, you dumb, fat bitch. She quoted you $300 for a cover-up and touched 5. Basically, the tattoo client got tattoo touch-ups as well as this new tattoo that got infected. Other shit-ass tattoos for $350 and you have a $50 tip. I'm not saying that word, but it is the R word. ass. Now you wanted money back and wouldn't shut the fuck up till you got something like a stupid little bitch you are. So I took $100 out of my pocket and that suddenly made everything better. LMAO. Do I say LMAO or laughing my ass off? I don't know. Whatever, right? Cheap ass fucker. This other artist you went to and got your fucked up tattoos from for $50 is a fucking apprentice moron. She's only allowed to charge $50, you dumb fuck. She's practicing. And that's why my artist had to touch them all up. The whole deal in me giving you the $100 back was you shut the fuck up and move on. Now you're speaking to everyone you can and slandering my shop. It wasn't infected, you idiot. What? We've seen the photos. That's an infected tattoo. I've been tattooing almost 20 years. I know what the fuck an infected tattoo looks like. You don't all you have ever had tattooed, I think he means all you've ever had tattooed was a shit ass outlines. So of course this tattoo feels something different, maybe, I don't know. I think it might be deep or something. The tattoo feels deep because it is dipshit, and then there's something else, and then there's a bit missing for whatever reason. Those push the ink out of the skin. It was 100% your fucking fault, and I'll stand on that fact. It's not gaslighting. You're just a little bitch that thinks because you don't know shit and make complaints we should refund you all your money. Ha 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 ha. Not gonna happen. You're lucky you got $100 and we had a fucking deal, and I shouldn't have done that, but I was nice to you, and now you can't stick to the deal and shut the fuck up and keep going to your apprentice for her shit ass $50 outline tattoos. Live the fuck on. You fucked your tattoo up, not us. Go ahead and post this up too. So how do we feel about Paul here? Isn't he just the most charming man you ever did hear from? The amount of professionalism, I'm honest, I'm just so jealous of the amount of professionalism there. Like, I couldn't have composure like this ever in my whole entire life. Come on now. Could you imagine if a tattoo artist sent you that? Like, that is insanity to me. I wouldn't know. I would be speechless. I wouldn't know what to do with this kind of information. This whole thing is absolutely absurd to me. Like, this tattoo artist is out here fat shaming, calling someone stupid, insulting this client's other tattoos, using the R word in 2024. This is honestly the most unhinged message I have ever seen from a tattoo artist, and I have covered a lot of insane tattoo stories over the years. This is a whole other ball game. So the actual tattoo artist that did the tattoo come forward and put out a statement on Facebook. I'm just going to clear the air a little on this. The infected tattoo that's circling everyone's Facebook right now was one that I did on this individual. I kept in touch with her, was messaged about the second skin coming off, and informed me she was putting Neosporin on it. For those of you that don't know, Neosporin, I think I'm saying it right, is a antibiotic cream. I immediately advised her to wash the Neosporin off and to use something safe on her tattoo that would also fight any infection as well if need be. She messaged me telling me it helped that evening. That's the last I heard about it for several days until she sent me yet another picture telling me it was still infected and she went to the doctor to get antibiotics. Antibiotics can and will prolong the healing process. Also, doctors automatically suggest antibiotics for any tattoo due to being unaware of how the healing process works. When me and Justine were discussing this whole thing, I just want to highlight that Justine was also a nurse before being a tattoo artist, so she's worked in the medical field, but she was pretty much saying, like, you cannot be out here telling someone to not take medical advice from a doctor. You know, like, if a doctor is saying you need antibiotics, then you just have to take them, obviously. Like, your health is way more important than a tattoo at the end of the day, with peace and love, you know? Like, a lot of people probably don't want to hear that, but your health comes first. Because if this infection got way worse and it ended up being sepsis, I know my favourite word, I always go to the sepsis. If it ended up turning into sepsis, which then can lead to organ failure, which then of course can lead to death. We also have only had one incident of an allergic reaction to the Sanoderm, which is what her post is referring to, and potentially what happened here. I always advise my clients of a risk of an allergic reaction due to the second skin before applying it optionally. I'd also like to address that I touched up all of her tattoos as well the same day, but I haven't seen a post about that either, hence the increase in price, which we never agreed on before the appointment. That's a whole other matter. Any and all of my clients will tell you I keep in touch, am always open for messages and questions, and sanitation is and always will be my first priority. Moral of the story, proper tattoo aftercare is absolutely necessary. Communication with your artist is important. And finally, there are two sides to every story. I'm not in any way defending how this was responded to. I'm just addressing my part in the post and clarifying what actually happened. I always work with my clients within reason on budgeting, aftercare, and support. And then Heather's post delivers some DMs between her and the tattoo client. So the tattoo client says Neosporin, and then the tattoo artist replies, I always love back iteration. I cannot say that word. Back iteration. But when I googled the both of these, it literally came up with back iteration and Neosporin, and it says bacteration, however you say it, and Neosporin are both over-the-counter topical antibiotics. So they're the same thing in my mind. It won't affect your tattoo and it fights any type of infection or anything like that. Oof, no. That'll pull the ink out. I haven't fully looked into it while filming right this moment in time, but I feel like this tattoo artist is you can use this thing that's the exact same, but oh, you've used that thing. Yeah, okay, so now it's your fault. It's your fault that this is happening because you've used this, even though it's the same as the thing that I just recommended. Anyway, okay, I thought I'd look into the Healthline article a bit more before I post this video. It says active ingredients and allergies. Bacteration and Neosporin are both available in ointment forms. Bacteration is a brand name drug that contains the active ingredient Bacteration only. Neosporin is the brand name of the combination drug with the active ingredients Bacteration, neomycin, and polymyxin B. So basically Neosporin is just a more fancy bacteration situation, And it says what they do. The active ingredients in both products are antibiotics, so they help prevent infection from minor injuries. These include scratches, cuts, scrapes, and burns to the skin. And it continues to say the antibiotic Bacteration stops bacterial growth, while the antibiotics in Neosporin stop bacterial growth and also kill existing bacteria. Neosporin can also fight against a wider range of bacteria than Bacteration can, and there's just a little chart there that shows you ingredients and all of that kind of thing. And then it says here for key differences, Bacteration and Neosporin are safe antibiotics for most people's minor skin wounds. A few key differences may help you choose one over the other. Neomycin, an ingredient in Neosporin, is linked with a higher risk of allergic reactions. Still, any of the ingredients in these products can cause an allergic reaction. Both Neosporin and Bacteration stop bacterial growth, but Neosporin can also kill existing bacteria. Neosporin can treat more types of bacteria than Bacteration can. And then it says talk to your doctor and all of that kind of stuff. Obviously, I feel like you shouldn't be putting this type of cream on a fresh tattoo if you think it's infected. I just think you should go to your doctor straight away. Obviously, I know in America, healthcare is completely different to the UK and what have you, and it's not as accessible. I can understand the tattoo artist's concerns about using this type of cream on a fresh tattoo, whether it's infected or not. But then they also did recommend the same thing, but just a different name, basically. I don't know. It's a wild one. But yeah, just consult your health professionals before you put any kind of fancy cream on a tattoo, and if you think it's infected. I'm not sure if the tattoo client used this antibacterial cream because she thought it was infected, or she was using it to actually heal her tattoos, instead of using something like Hustle Butter or Butterlux, your regular tattoo aftercare cream or what have you. But I've got a feeling she started using this Neosporin because she thought it was infected, because she's had other tattoos before that she's obviously had to have touched up. So I don't know, I feel like she knows how to look after a tattoo, but I could be wrong. Either way, just consult your doctor, okay? Thank you. Can you get some Bacteration? I'm going to say it so many different ways. It's a green and white tube. It's amazing. Do you know who sells it? You can get it at Walmart, I know. I think also Dollar General. Okay, I'll go look. Neosporin will aggravate it more. Okay, I'll wash it off for now, please. Got some from Dollar General. I'll let you know how it feels in the AM. It's stiff, which I expected, but the burning I didn't expect. It should be a good relief. Honestly, either I'm delusional or that shit actually worked almost immediately. I promise it does. So that's pretty much the messages between the client and the tattoo artist. Then we have a new contender in this Facebook tattoo war. There's this person that just, I guess, coming to defend the tattoo client, said, I hope everyone has a good day tomorrow, except Tattoo Paul Blaney or Blarney, I'm not sure the right pronunciation, since he wants to message a woman calling her fat and R-word over a tattoo that got infected. I hope you get the day you deserve tomorrow and every day for the rest of your life, and I hope everyone cancels you. Edited to add, he most definitely has child neglect charges against him too. So that explains everything I need to know about him. Wild. And then it's a photo of a mugshot. I don't want to show too much because it's just like, it's a lot. It's also not relevant to everything that's going on, you know? It's a bit like, oh wow, that someone really went digging. But another part of me was like, well, this man has been an absolute a-hole, so, like, you know, you fuck around, you find out. You know, he said he wanted to fuck around, so he's finding out. So Paul then responds to this. You're so upset about me calling her names. Maybe you should see that she caused her infection and then got money back under the condition she went on about her way. No, I shouldn't have talked like that, but she should, or I think shouldn't, be messing with people's livelihood over her own stupidity, period. You literally could have said anything but that and still chose to do so. Unprofessional and narcissistic, I can see. My child has autism and I don't appreciate those words being used. Gross behaviour from a grown man. You're only sorry because you got caught. Typical man behaviour. I agree with that. I'm sorry. I agree. So we're going to take a look at some comments of people reacting to this whole thing. This was handled very poorly regardless of what happened with the tattoo. The business practices are concerning. I'm a professional makeup artist and I deal with a ton of crazy clients. Never have I spoken to someone the way the girl was spoken to, professionally or otherwise. This pretty much highlights the whole situation. Like, maybe, just maybe, the client was in the wrong for how she decided to heal her tattoos. Okay, maybe, just maybe. But the way that this has been handled by the professionals, that's the issue here. Okay, like, that is the biggest issue, the biggest red flag here. Because again, professional is the key word there. Dog, the tattoo was a great tattoo, but the way the situation was handled was garbage on both parties. And then Paul said, yes, I was wrong, but hey, I'm only human and only reacted to her action. I'm sorry, but this is a grown-ass man. Okay, you're an adult, you should know better. You should know better than to not react like this in a professional setting. Sure, it's over Facebook DMs, but still, you're representing a professional business, okay? We shouldn't be out here throwing insults, okay? Like, no. Ick. Disgusting. The whole I'm only human thing kind of only applies to silly little mistakes or little mess ups or what have you. You know, oopsie, you know, I'm only human, sorry. But when you send paragraphs upon paragraphs to someone, insulting them, over and over and over again, that isn't someone being only human, that's someone being an asshole. People have bad days. Keep your head up. You are an amazing artist and I will definitely be back. And then some random person replies, is the amazing artist in the room with us? I mean, I fully agree with peace and love. Paul is not like the best tattoo artist. You know, like, I've never been tattooed by any of you, but I feel like it takes a 10-second Google search to confirm Neosporin is not recommended on tattoos. I don't even think it's on the Google list that pops up. I will, however, say that the way you handled it was 10 out of 10 awful, and as a bigger woman, seeing the messages you sent her would make me uncomfortable stepping into your shop to reveal any part of my body because I'd immediately feel judged. I'm glad you apologised, however. I have seen people on YouTube do better apologies. Okay, you know, the terrible, oh my god, like, I messed up, I'm so sorry, cry kind of apologies. Yeah, they're better than what Paul has done, okay? However, when you bring up someone's weight, that tends to stick with them. I hope this was a learning experience for both parties. After all of this went down, there was a walkout from some of the tattoo artists that work at Infinite Ink, including the tattoo artist that did the infected tattoo. Even she was just like, you know what, like, this whole situation is crazy and whatever, but the way that Paul talked about this client is not for me. So she said, I'm extremely relieved to announce that I'm no longer working at Infinite Ink and I'm no longer associated with them. I cannot and will not stand for anyone speaking to a client in that manner, man or woman. I do not condone any actions taken by the shop owner and I am embarrassed to have been a part of it. I take pride in how much I care for each client I interact with and had to make this decision to keep my current clients safe and comfortable. I will be working in a private studio and will be accepting appointments immediately. Thank you to everyone who has supported me through this and I hope to keep pushing towards my dreams every day. And honestly, I am actually super proud of this tattoo artist because she could have gone one of two ways. One way is, you know, what she's done, walked out and been like, I am not associated with this. Or she could have just completely stood by the tattoo studio owner and been like, now fuck these clients, fuck these people, I'm with you, what you've been saying, what you've been doing is completely correct. You know, this client that has accused me of giving them a infected tattoo is a dumb bitch, whatever, right? But no. She stood up for herself and was like, no, I know what's right and what's wrong, and this is wrong. This whole situation is just poo-poo, and I don't want to be associated with this studio anymore, so see you later. And that is honestly a brave move, and I applaud it, you know? Like, however this has gone down, at least this artist has some integrity, you know? And I'm so glad that client safety and how comfortable a client is incredibly important to this artist. So that, honestly, round of applause. Like, this whole thing has been handled badly, but at least they've done something right, you know? And then there's this other post that says, PSA to everyone I'm no longer associated with, Infinite Ink or Tattoo Paul Blaney. I do not condone his behaviour or how he talks to women. I am a woman's woman. I am still tattooing. That will be told later on. To my clients, thank you so much for supporting me and my work. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see some of you around. Again, thank you all so much. Here's to the next chapter in my career, which again, I absolutely love to see. It takes a lot to stand up for yourself. You know, standing up to a man in the tattoo industry, that takes a lot because it is a very male dominated industry, and risking your career to stand up for something you believe in, that takes guts. So since this has all happened, it's been pretty quiet. Paul went on the quiet side of things. He did post this up on Facebook though. It's a meme that says, "Them in today's society, you have to be very careful with what you say. You don't want to offend anybody. Me, fuck 'em." And then he said, yep, I called it like I see it, baby. So basically, long story short, okay, Paul is a terrible tattoo artist, incredibly unprofessional, doesn't care about his clients or how they feel, doesn't want to make them comfortable in any means. There is absolutely no evidence of him being a kind, caring tattoo artist whatsoever. And I want to use this story as an example to you to show you that this just isn't how the tattoo industry should be like. You should never have a tattoo artist talk to you this way. Should this have been settled in the Facebook Messenger area? Yes, it should. It shouldn't have been brought to light, but I'm kind of glad it did. I'm sure we all are glad that it did, because then it showed the true colours of the owner of Infinite Ink. And we also saw the good side of the tattoo artist that was responsible for the tattoo to start off with. But overall, the whole situation is incredibly messy. Luckily, this type of thing is pretty dang rare. Most tattoo artists are pretty professional. And yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Stay safe out there. Watch out for tattoo artists like Paul. And until my next video, bye.